2018 has already been an excellent year for gaming. It started out so good. Games like Dragon Ball FighterZ, Monster Hunter World, God of War, Yakuza 6, and that's just naming some of the big games that released early this year. There have been dozens upon dozens more, but just like every year, it starts out great for the first 6 months, a wave of incredible games, and then it happens. The world begins to end, it's summer break, you finally got some more time and you want to buy some new games, and just like every summer, we are dry as hell on game releases. Sounds like a metaphor for my sex life, but it's the same story every year. And don't get me wrong, we've had some cool game releases this year. I dug Mega Man X Collection. Everyone else loves Dead Cells. I've sung the praises of Banner Saga, and we just had the conclusion to that trilogy. But when you're talking about those big budget AAA experiences, those games that not only capture the hardcore gaming audience, but even the casuals, those are few and far between for the majority of the summer. And then we get to the end of August, early September period, and we start seeing more games. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a brief rundown of every major title releasing from that late summer to fall period, and there's a lot of them, so stick with it. Kicking things off at the end of August, we have the release of Yakuza Kiwami 2, a remake of Yakuza 2. You know we love the Yakuza games, and this should be a good one. Yakuza 2 was a great game, and this is just a remake, just like Kiwami 1. Divinity Original Sin 2, one of the best PC RPGs ever, is making the transition to the PlayStation 4. It was great on PC, it'll be great on PS4. You got a new Naruto game for weeaboos like me. Both Divinity Original Sin 2 and that new Naruto game are on the same day. And then September rolls around, I'm still not done with Divinity Original Sin 2, and we got another huge JRPG in Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age on September 4th. Spider-Man is releasing on September 7th, and goddamn, I need to play that. While God of War is probably locked in to be the PS4 exclusive of the year, man, Insomniac is doing an incredible job with Spider-Man, and I do think it can give God of War a run for its money. For some reason, it was decided that Immortal Unchained, a new Souls-like IP, Souls with Guns are what people are calling it, that's being released on the same day as Spider-Man. Well, I would call that promotional malpractice. That probably wasn't the studio's decision, but them's the breaks. It's happening. Spider-Man and Immortal Unchained on the same day. We've got Zone of the Ender's second runner, Shadow of the Tomb Raider a week after that. In my personal opinion, the hype isn't really there for that game, but it's still Tomb Raider. It'll probably be great. Just wish it didn't have 7 pieces of DLC. Black Clover is getting a video game that seemingly came out of nowhere, and what? It's not a Dynasty Warriors clone? What? It's a 4v4 multiplayer game? Talk about one of the most random games of the year. It's not like Black Clover is that big of an IP to even warrant a video game, but hell, that's super interesting, and that's cool that they're putting a unique spin on it. I can finally relive my glory years with Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I swear I was the coolest 6-year-old on the block because I had a PlayStation 1 with all of the Spyro games. They were awesome back then, and this is a collection I've wanted for a long time. I know how everyone loved the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, but Spyro always tugged at my nostalgic heartstrings, so it'll be awesome revisiting those 3 games, and they look incredible on the PlayStation 4. You guys know I love me some JRPGs. September's not only bringing Dragon Quest XI, it's also bringing Valkyria Chronicles 4. Finally, Valkyria Chronicles is back, a brand new game taking place parallel to the first game. I've wanted a new Valkyria Chronicles game for so long. All 3 of the games have been so good, and on September 25th, we get the 4th game. By the way, a demo is available right now, and if you haven't checked out Valkyria Chronicles Remastered, do that ASAP. And Life is Strange is gonna round out September with the 2nd season on the 25th as well. All those games are in September, and there are probably a lot more smaller indie titles to round out that list for September. That's a stacked lineup, but that's only the beginning for this coming season. October comes and we've got Mega Man 11 on October 2nd. The Blue Bomber is finally back, and don't get me wrong, I like the pixel graphics, but it'll be nice to see him back with a more modern look. On the same day, we get a Fist of the North Star game made by some of the guys that did Yakuza. Sign me up for a game I never knew I wanted. 3 days later, and it wouldn't be fall without another Assassin's Creed game, AC Odyssey is coming your way on October 5th. Now, I've been pretty vocal with my feelings on Assassin's Creed going back to a yearly release cycle. I don't think it's the right move, but hey, it seems like everyone loved Origins, so why not? I'm sure I'll buy it, I'm sure I'll like it. Disgaea 1 is getting remastered on the PlayStation 4 on October 9th with Disgaea 1 Complete. Some people are gonna black out at the thought of Black Ops 4 on October 12th. You see what I did there? Can I get a hell yeah for the worst pun of the year? It's Call of Duty. Is it everyone's cup of tea at this point? Probably not. Call of Duty has become more like a sports game franchise. You're either in or you're out. And at this point, for some reason, I can't still comprehend I'm in. Hey, we got the new Battle Royale mode in Blackout 2. That's something that is gonna be a bit divisive, but at least it's new. A lack of campaign isn't my favorite thing in the world, but I'm probably in the minority being so upset about that, so I guess it is what it is. A couple days after that, on October 16th, Ubisoft is bringing in new IP, Starlink Battle for Atlas, got some toy integration, a game no doubt some people will invest a ton of money into. The game itself doesn't look all too bad either, and credit to Ubisoft for bringing new IPs. Even with this one, I could see many making the argument it's a bit of a cash grab. Next up, EA is coming out with their historically accurate multiplayer first-person shooter in Battlefield 5. Battlefield is more up my alley these days than COD. It's got a single-player campaign, we're getting some free DLC, and no gameplay-altering microtransactions. Let's toast it to things that should be common practice in gaming. We know it's gonna have a Battle Royale mode, not at launch. Battlefield is something I can envision with Battle Royale more so than COD, so that'll be interesting to see how that turns out on October 19th. Soul Calibur 6 is dropping on the same day, and now coming to the fight is Geralt of Rivia. And then it's the day we've all been waiting for. You got a 15-page paper, it doesn't matter. Your kid's sick, it doesn't matter. Your right hand wants to go on a date, forget about it. October 26th, mark it down, Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming. We know this game is going to be incredible. Did you see that trailer? My god. I know God of War was released earlier this year, and hats off to Sony Santa Monica, but I truly believe that RDR2 is going to be a step above that, if that's even humanly possible. Because not only do I expect an incredible single-player experience, I expect a not-too-shabby online component as well. And what that means is I'm not leaving my house for the better part of a month. Oh wait, I'm a weeaboo, and guess what? On the same day that Red Dead Redemption 2 is released, My Hero Academia, the greatest modern anime, is finally making the transition to video games with My Hero 1's Justice. Don't know how good of an idea it is to be released on the same day as RDR2, but whatever, My Hero is dope and that's all I gotta say. After October 26th, it looks like all the developers know that we need a little bit of time to play RDR2, and we actually have a couple of weeks of downtime. That is gonna last until Hitman 2. Personally didn't adore the first one, the second one looks okay, but that'll be out on November 13th. Fallout 76 is out on November 14th. That's another game we'll probably spend a couple hundred hours on. However, it seems like that this is a Fallout game that is a lot more divisive than previous entries. And I have to fall into the camp of those that aren't completely sold on the game yet. We have a beta to look forward to in October, so hopefully that can sway me the other direction. Darksiders is finally back with Darksiders 3 on November 27th. This is a franchise that has been absent for a while, but it's making a comeback. The recent gameplay has looked really good, so I have relatively high expectations for this one. December comes and so does a new Just Cause game in Just Cause 4. Just Cause 3 was an absolute train wreck on the PS4, so let's hope that Avalanche does a little bit better with this one. And what a better way to round out the fall lineup that is announced so far than a Persona game. Were you thinking Persona 6 or maybe a Persona 4 port to PS4? Nah, but I got the next best thing, Persona Dancing the Endless Night Collection. Alright, jokes aside, these games are actually probably going to be pretty great, and if you're into Persona, you probably love the music, so this will be right up your alley. Persona 4 Dancing All Night was released on the PlayStation Vita, and that game was great. I expect similar things out of these games. That's it for the announced fall lineup, but Tetris Effect is also scheduled for a release this fall, and that is a game that looks to be a sleeper hit. Tetsuya Mizugachi of Res fame has a hand in it, and it's compatible with PSVR. Look for that to be a pretty trippy experience. So that's nearly everything as far as the major titles go. I think I got all of them outside of the sports games. Of course, more games will be announced, but as far as the heavy hitters go, it seems like we have a pretty complete lineup, and what a stacked lineup of games it is from this late summer to fall period. More games than most could possibly play, but that's why we want your input. What games are you planning to pick up this fall? You've got to skip a couple of big games, so let us know which of the big titles you're gonna forego for now. Sound off with your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Fallout to gather rare and valuable resources.
We don't do something, the tragedy will never stop. We have to believe in our goal and keep moving.
We will rise again, fight for our fallen brethren.
Everyone just quietly go back into your cells and lock the door behind you. Okay? Please?
The Legion is growing. There aren't enough of us. We need to find help from every planet in Atlas.
The world of Divinity Original Sin 2 extends beyond Rivellon. Hone your skills and challenge your friends in the arenas of the PvP.
This video is sponsored by the fine folk over at SCD Keys. On this channel, we're always talking about saving money and getting great deals, and that's what you can do by picking up a $50 PlayStation Store card from SCD Keys. If you head over to their website, link is down below, and search for a $50 PlayStation Store card, you'll find it. Go ahead and add it to your card, and use our specialized promo code GC3 to save 3% on your order. That'll bring the cost of the card down to $46.64. You can check out and choose your method of payment. Your key will show up on your account, and boom, just like that, you got a $50 PSN card a little bit cheaper. Not only do they have great deals on PlayStation Store credit, they also have Windows 10 and other software heavily discounted, and you can get great deals on those as well. Again, check out the link to SCD Keys in the description box below.